Movie Channel takes you behind the scenes for an inside look at the stars, their lives, and the films you'll see this month. George Hamilton says a few years ago he had a corner on the lounge lizard market. He'd been linked romantically with everyone from Linda Bird Johnson to Britt Eklund, and producers kept offering him suave but stupid Playboy roles. But Hamilton managed to change that image by taking more control of his work, beginning with the smash comedy Love at First Bite. In this month's From Hell to Victory, Hamilton takes a more dramatic turn as a French underground soldier in World War II, torn between loyalty to his country and loyalty to his friends.
I'm somewhat of a character actor, which no one really ever believed of me. After the age of, say, 35, I started finding out what I was really about, and what made me laugh and what made me cry. And those are the things which I pursue when trying to communicate to an audience.
Sounds like the Playboy has grown up. Brooke Shields is the golden girl of the 80s. She made her first professional dollar before she was a year old. Has been seen on nearly every magazine cover in the last few years. Boasts a report card of A's and B's, and she even gave George Burns a pair of roller skates when they worked together on Just You and Me Kid. Even though so much has been written about the Brooke Bonanza, nobody's ever really been able to explain the reason for her phenomenal success. And maybe that's her secret. But there's no secret about her effect on people. When asked about the film that stranded him on a desert isle with Shields, the Blue Lagoon's young co-star Christopher Atkins says, "I could say it's like a dream. And maybe it is, except that I never had any dreams that were this wild." A few years ago, Cliff Robertson was embroiled in a real-life story as dramatic as any of his movies. He blew the whistle when he discovered that someone forged his name on a check, and the resulting investigation turned out to have far-reaching implications on the movie industry. Since that uproar, Robertson has chosen to go a more independent route, and one of his recent efforts is this month's feature, The Pilot. For the film about the personal conflicts of an airline pilot with a crumbling marriage and a drinking problem, Robertson acts as writer, director, and star. He also makes use of one of his greatest loves, flying. Robertson calls himself a long-time airport rat and has not only been piloting, but collecting vintage planes for years. Despite his affection for flying, he still feels that it's important for the film, and everything else, to be truthful. "I've tried to tell it like it is," Robertson says, and it seems he always does. Take one look at Sally Kellerman's high, aristocratic cheekbones and imperious stare, and it seems only natural that she play the spoiled and snooty rich girl of the romantic comedy McGee and the Lady. She seems to fit right into place in a world of champagne glasses and polo ponies. But Kellerman has played a fair number of dizzy blondes as well, like the original Hot Lips in MASH and the spacey mother in Serial. She's even had to fight a reputation for kookiness. Actually, Kellerman is determined to avoid being typecast. From now on, she says, "I'm not going to play some silly half-wit, unless it's a fantastic silly half-wit." Whatever, in this month's McGee, Kellerman sure looks like she's having fun. Join us next month and find out how Justin Henry cut classes without a note from his mother, and how you can get a front row seat for the biggest rock concert in town. Plus, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at the best of '81. All this and more, coming your way in December, behind the scenes, only on the Movie Channel.